Welcome back to the O Show, Everything Crypto. I'm Wendy O. Today I have two awesome guests from Roundtable. If you guys don't know what Roundtable is, you're going to find out. And this is going to be incredibly important for people that love to get non-biased information and then make an opinion up after you've done your due diligence. So I have Eyal here and I have James. Eyal, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we will toss it to James. And then I'm going to ask you guys some questions about the platform, about RTB, independent journalism, and so many other things.
So again, my name is Eyal. I've been in the crypto business since 2011, been an entrepreneur since, 98 in the social media space and so on and so forth. And I've been starting to work on this platform that for media on blockchain in 2020. I've been doing that since, and super excited about what we're doing here.
Awesome. James, go ahead.
Yeah, the modest Eyal Hertzog is also the architect of decentralized finance, founder of Bancor. We got together a couple of years ago. I really have a big background in Web 1, Web 2, free web, being a senior executive at running global media for Yahoo, and oversaw the architecture for social media advertising platform, overseeing MySpace, early architect of Hulu, and have built about 8 digital media platforms. Meeting Eyal was very important because he has mastered, as he did when he was founder of Bancor, high scale platforms on the blockchain. And so for sure, we have the overly very big scale, multi-million dollars revenue, multi-million user, all of the blockchain. So we merged Roundtable with DWeb, decentralized web. And, we've got a great crew. We've been doing this, separately for me, 30 years, for him, more than 20. And we've been bringing this to market with amazing journalists like yourself and Martin Fall and major brands.
So I have a question, and I guess either both of you can answer, or one of you, whatever that is. So both of you have had a lot of success in traditional media and like Web 2 media. So why would you want to introduce something like Roundtable? Why would you want to leave that industry, leave an industry that you can excel in, that you can do well in, and then create something that might not do well, potentially?
I think the main thing is that the reason we came together is to guarantee that it does do well. All blockchain platforms have failed. I think probably the biggest market cap was Steemit. I think at their peak, they had 250,000 users. We already on just, our sports network alone have over 9 million users. We have reach on the street for our crypto information, 200 million through MSN syndication, 90 million through Yahoo, over 30 million directly on the street. So what we did in our merger between Eyal and Roundtable is we brought traditional audience and advertising revenue and basically ripped out the platform and replacing it for Web3. It's really the only way to get it done is to actually land an already successful business in a Web3 environment. So we're basically not taking that risk.
Okay. So for someone like myself, because I am a creator on the platform, I really, really believe in being able to express myself in a professional manner, but also have a little bit of fun. But sometimes that message might get lost up in constraints of traditional Web 2 media, especially the fact that there's so much information flowing. What made both of you want to get more into independent journalism and to kind of promote creators like myself that are able to have a platform? We don't have to necessarily worry about restricting ourselves too much.
And I'd love Eyal to explain the vision of building the platform. But in my last company, Maven, which became a 9-figure business, we started when we, by attracting journalists who were being deplatformed on Twitter by Jack Dorsey and by YouTube, we could see that they were deplatforming, reducing distribution, and actually cutting advertising off, and not being transparent about how much money were being made on the site, and cutting off access to consumers. So let's just take the greed and business side. So love helping you, Wendy, but it's also great that social media is so unfair to you. and cut you off from your customers and aren't honest with you on how much money you're making, it provides an opportunity for people who are honest to be able to give you total transparency, total control of your customer base. And it actually, is amazing opportunity that just, it's like being a male dating in New York. All you have to do is show up and not be a creep, and you're probably 90% better than, the others. And so how can people, they expect people to build businesses when you can't even interact with your customers and you don't know really, what's working? So that's the kind of non-political answer. But I think giving you the freedom to operate without, those constraints, but also having transparency in your business and being able to work with your customers forever, protected on the blockchain, is really a great business model. It's attracting to an entrepreneur. So that's really my simple answer. I think, Eyal, you've got, I think a grand answer on how your technology, helps humanity. And I'd love for you to pass it on.
Yeah. I think, the main difference is that we are not trying to own the content and own the data in the same way that, other solutions do. And that's where they derive their value. We derive our value from, having a great technology and bringing advertisers and doing all that. That's our value. But it's not because we have exclusive access to the content, to the data, the same way that you have on Web2. And of course, from a business perspective, it makes sense to have an exclusive access, and it creates amazingly powerful monopolies. But I think that we've been through that phase and understand that most people understand that it's not good for them. It's mostly good for the monopolies, and we are here to provide a different solution.
Talk to me a little bit about the utility of RTB and monetization and how that works, because I know we had a very, very big announcement regarding that. And I want to make sure to share that with my audience so that you guys can head over to the street or head over to Roundtable and participate.
Oh, that's great, Wendy. And I would just, while you're sitting here watching, I would encourage people to go to rtb.io. Exactly. Or just go in the App Store and type in Roundtable and RTB. At the end of the day, the true censorship and control is money, right? And if the monopolies don't like your message, or if they want to reduce the amount of compensation that you get in your field, and I think crypto publications and journalists are not monetized properly with major media, and so that's just been a case. And some days they don't even take crypto ads. So there are people who want to be running advertising of this new economy. And, I won't name names, but there are a lot of great crypto companies that can't advertise. They don't. So we're offering an economy that is reaching out to a $2 trillion economy, and their market caps allow them to advertise. And so we went to millions in advertising right away, but we are inviting our advertisers to pay in RTB. You could go to CoinGecko and look at RTB. We are rewarding, this transition's happening right now, Wendy, journalists like you and Mario Nafal and Scott Melker, Bitcoin Magazine, to be paid in RTB. And, when that happens, hey, you could cash it out. But that basically, it's either a net zero, and of course, you've got a lot more of the economy building, or, journalists may want to actually save it and watch that economy grow. But it's an amazing opportunity, in times of tough times like COVID, when journalists are being cut off, that there'll be a decentralized economy for great journalists, and nobody can stop it, and nobody can interfere with the content. You can see what's working. You can contact your consumers. Nobody can cut you off. Nobody can shadow ban you, and nobody can cut off your money. And all those things are important.
Eyal, did you want to add anything to the conversation about RTB before we get going?
Just to stress that the whole idea of giving away RTB to the creators of the content is essentially giving a piece of the network for those who generate value in the network. And I think that's something that we haven't been able to do before, but now with Web3 is possible.
No, I definitely agree. And I appreciate having a platform that I can go on, that I can not only be professional, but, say what I need to say to get my voice out there and hopefully get my audience excited about heading over to both the street and to Roundtable to interact, to consume that content. And then, as always, you guys, to hear what we say as creators and as independent journalists, but also formulate an opinion that makes sense to you and listen to yourself and improve the quality of life of you and your families. James and Eyal, thank you so much for coming on the channel. And again, you guys, if you guys are interested, the links will be down below. Thank you so much for watching and have a great evening, gentlemen.